everyone, I am Aruna. I'm a Red Hat certified trainer for Linux administration and I am also a Red Hat Devops engineer having enthusiasm in training Ansible. Topic of this video is how to install Ansible on RHEL 8 or RHEL 9 machine. Agenda of this video is what is Ansible and demonstration of Ansible installation. Now let us try to understand briefly what is Ansible. Ansible is an open source IT engine which helps in automating configuration management, software provisioning, and automatic application deployment on host machines of your organization. So, Ansible is a program written in Python in the form of Ansible modules. Okay, now let us try to understand the working of Ansible. In order to automate any task on remote host, first we need to have a management node or controller node which helps in managing or controlling the remote host using Ansible. Okay, so according to this diagram representation here, these are the nodes of your organization and one of the node you are making it as management node or controller node, whereas rest of the systems we are calling it as remote hosts. Why we are calling it as management node? In other words, when we can call a node as a management node, in other words controller node. Once we install Ansible in this node, then that node becomes controller node, in other words, management node. And rest of the systems becomes remote hosts. Okay. After installing Ansible, okay, now you are ready with a controller node. And controller node, in order to automate any task, makes use of two files, that is inventory file and playbook. Now, what is inventory file? Inventory file contains list of host names, which includes all the host names on which Ansible modules needs to be run. Okay, so this is indirectly there is a group called A, there is a group called B. In group A only host 1 is there. In group B there are two hosts, that is host 2 and host N. 2 or it may be any number of hosts. Okay. Now what is your playbook? Playbook is nothing but a JSON file or YAML file which includes all the tasks to be performed or executed on a single host or group of hosts. So, when we run the playbook, what exactly happens? Okay, when we run the playbook, initially Ansible establishes SSH connection with remote hosts and pushes the required Ansible module onto them. Okay, and then executes. After execution, you know that appropriate automated work gets executed on these hosts and then Ansible removes whatever Ansible modules have been pushed onto those remote hosts. Okay, so we can call this particular Ansible service as agentless service because we are not installing any Ansible package in the remote host which you are controlling from your management node, in other words Ansible node. Okay, so we can conclude that your Ansible is a agentless service because there are no servers, daemons or databases required in remote nodes. Okay, now let us take up an example. Okay, so what is the example we can take up is, let us assume that you want to install okay, we want to install WebLogic or WebSphere service on all of these nodes. Okay, what service we want to install? WebLogic or WebSphere service on all these nodes. So In the inventory file, mention all these host names. That is first work needs to be done. Next, in the playbook, what you are writing is you are writing a YAML file which indicates how to install new version of WebLogic or WebSphere. Okay, so here there should be a YAML file, okay, to install new version of WebLogic or WebSphere. Now you run this web playbook. When you run the playbook from controller machine, okay, new version of WebLogic or WebSphere will be automatically installed in all of our remote nodes. I think now you understood the importance of Ansible, because in one go itself, that means you just run the playbook, installation happens at once in all the host machines. Okay, now our next task is agenda of this video is how to install Ansible. Correct? Let us make our hand dirty and understand how to install Ansible. Fine? Yes, let us move on. Now, this is my machine, and presently who is working on this machine is root user. You know it. Anytime you want to install any package, or any service, you need to have root privileges. So, I am working with root account. Is it clear? So, what are the commands we need to run so that installation of Ansible happens successfully? Okay, so first you run cat /etc /Red Hat release. Okay, it is going to list the operating system, any Red Hat operating system present in this system. So here it is telling that, it is displaying that RHEL 9 is present. Okay, now you just give the command dnf repo list all. What it is displaying? It is displaying that there are two repositories called AppStream and Base OS in your RHEL 9. Okay, and those two repositories are in enabled state, but unfortunately there is no Ansible repository present in this. Correct? Now, how to have that repository? You know it only if the repository is there, only then you can install that particular package. So now we need to have Ansible repository. How to have Ansible repository? Okay, for that you can use your next command, that is subscription manager register. So what exactly this command does? Okay, it will go into register your system with Red Hat registry, wherein all the repositories are present. Okay, okay, now you can observe that your system, that is workstation.lab.example.com workstation, is registered with Red Hat registry, so that you can have all the repositories, not only Ansible, you can have all the subscription for all the repositories. Okay, now you try to run the command subscription manager list space hyphen hyphen available. It will going to list all the repository names, okay, with pool ID. So you need to have a pool ID. Just enter. Okay, you are getting the pool ID. Okay, do you have Ansible package? Just check it out. See here, you're having Red Hat Ansible automation platform. So just use this pool ID and attach. Okay, copy this I have copied. Now attach this. How to attach? Okay. Again, you run the command subscription manager. One second. Subscription manager attach space hyphen pool equal to whatever you have copied. Okay, that is your pool ID, right? So hit enter. Now you are having the subscription for all those repositories. Is it clear? Just wait for a while. Now it is successfully attached a subscription for RHEL, that is Red Hat Developer Subscription for individuals. Correct? Now what you do is you need to run the command to list all those repositories related to Ansible. Okay, what is the command? Okay, again you use this subscription manager command. Okay, then see whatever repositories are there related only to repos hyphen list, only those repositories you want to list which are having the name Ansible. Okay, give this, enter. Now you can observe all the repositories having Ansible. See, so many Ansible repositories are there. Okay, out of that preferably you go for, this is platform 2.4 and it is for debug etc is there. Preferably you go for this. Okay, Ansible automation platform 2.4 for RHEL 9 with RPMS x86 underscore 64 hyphen RPMS. Copy this, then you can you can enable only that particular repository. Okay, so how to enable that particular repository is, again you go for subscription manager. Okay, enable subscription manager repos hyphen enable. Which one you should enable? Whatever you have opted. Correct? So just give this, hit enter. Okay, it enables the desired Ansible repo. Correct? It needs to enable. It will going to list that I have enabled this Ansible repo. Okay, you can see here this Ansible repo is enabled for this system. Okay, now once you enable it, now what you do, you install. You have understood that you have enabled that particular repository. Now you install by giving the command dnf install Ansible. Hit enter. Okay, this command installs Ansible package on your system. Whenever it prompts for your permission, then just give yes. It is installing. Okay, you can see here that installation is completed, and you can see here what is upgraded. Your system is upgraded with this Ansible package, and it is also having Python 3. You know that Ansible is written in Python 3, so you have installed this one. Okay, you have freshly installed this and you have upgraded these things. Is it clear? Now that's how you can install successfully Ansible package. Now, our next thing is how to know that whether it is properly installed or not. Okay, for that you run the command Ansible space hyphen version. When you hit enter, you can see here Ansible core with the version 2.15.9 is successfully installed. Okay. All right. So now, what is the other command you can use is you can also use rpm space hyphen qf query the file resp which file slash bin slash ansible. What is that file? It is the file in which your playbook gets executed. Okay. Now what you are querying is this file came from where? Which package is responsible? Indirectly your Ansible package, right? So that should be the output. Let us see whether that is the output or not. Okay. Yeah. Here it is telling that Ansible core with version 2.15.9 and release 1.el, that is Enterprise Linux 9 ap.no.arc, is the package responsible for slash bin slash ansible file. Okay, so that's how we can install our ansible in the system. Okay, in case you are having any doubts in installation, please put it on the comment box. Okay, I'll be happy to assist you. Thank you.